In the mouth is when you make the call. There they go. It's all about meat eating now. You see, the passion is raw, but the hot dogs are cooked. That's the most amazing competitive eating contest I have ever seen.
Did you know cattle alone supply approximately 50% of the world's meat? Despite this fact, the ways in which cattle are raised, what they are fed, and how they end up as purchasable meat products are widely unknown to most Americans.
It starts with cow-calf operations. These operations involve the breeding, birthing, and weaning of the cows, all steps that prepare a calf to be sold to feedlots where they are fattened for slaughter.
The number and scale of cattle-calf operations vary from region to region. However, there is a relatively standardized method used to raise calves. They are traditionally raised on natural grass feed when possible, although new technologies are beginning to alter this practice.
When the calves reach the proper weight, they are sent to larger factory farms known as confined animal feeding operations, or CAFOs. A large CAFO can house about 3,000 cattle at a time. The cows are fed heavy corn diets laced with antibiotics to fight off rampant disease and are fattened to slaughtering weight in the quickest and most efficient way possible. They are fed in cramped pens where they cannot move and they do not receive proper balanced nutrition from their corn diet. The cows are there for as few as 15 months before they are ready for slaughter.
The slaughtering of cattle is a gruesome process that beef slaughterhouses supposedly approach with as much humanity as possible. Federally regulated slaughterhouses are mandated to knock the animals unconscious with electrical currents, mechanical blows, or carbon dioxide gas prior to making any incisions. Unconscious cattle are hung from the ceiling and their blood is emptied. Their internal organs must be removed and the intestines tied to prevent contamination of the meat.
The carcass is subsequently shipped to a processing facility. There, a trained beef cutter makes the primal cuts. Primal cuts are the steaks with which we are most familiar, such as the sirloin and the T-bone. Most of these cuts go straight to the consumer, but some of them, in addition to trimmings, organs, and fat, go into further processing. At processing, all of the trimmings and remaining bits of meat on the cow carcass are comminuted. That is, they go through a series of machines that grind, shred, and mix the meat. The meat can be sold as ground beef, seasoned patties, or forced into casings to cure to make sausages and lunch meats. The resulting meat can also be suspended in a liquid, sterilized, and canned in an airtight container.
Most of the meat you buy is graded in two ways: yields and quality grades. The types are assigned before the carcass is processed. Yield grades, ranging from 1 to 5, describe how lean or not fatty the meat on the carcass is, with 1 being the most lean. The quality of the meat is described in terms of tenderness, fat distribution, flavor, and juiciness. From highest to lowest, quality grades include prime, choice, select, commercial, and canner grades.
The federal government recognizes common spices as safe and does not regulate them, but it does regulate chemical additives. Their purpose is to retard rancidity, protect color and flavor, bind ground meat together, tenderize the meat, and thicken and add volume. Such additives are heavily monitored and tested and can only be integrated into meat products in controlled amounts.
After slaughtering and processing, the beef enters the transportation process. In 1857, a meat packer in Chicago sends out the first ice-cooled reefer car, much like an icebox, carrying beef to New York City. Today, beef travels from the Midwest to New York City in less than 66 hours. It arrives at Oak Point Yard, located in the South Bronx. From here, it goes on to the Hunts Point Meat Market, transforming the beef from a raw product into the delicious, juicy steak we find in New York City supermarkets.
Oh, I'd love to be an astronaut.